everyone, Ken here. Today I thought it'd be fun to make some bread together. Some easy bread. So let's get started. First, go over the ingredients. I got half a teaspoon of salt, if you want salt or not. I think if you use salt, it helps preserve it a little bit. 1 tablespoon of oil, any kind of oil, I just have vegetable oil here. 1 tablespoon of sugar. We'll put this in. 1 packet of yeast, or what's 1 tablespoon of yeast. 1.5 cups of water, warm water. The water should be warm, warm enough for a baby to go in without burning it, and that way you'll know it won't hurt the yeast. So I'm going to put that in there and give this a little swirl. And I also have 3.5 cups of flour. That approximate. If you need a little more, you can use a little more. A little swirl. I'll take the yeast. Put the sugar in the water so that it'll feed the yeast. I just sprinkle it on top. Now I'm going to cover it. I put another towel over it just to help keep it warm. It's a little chilly right now here in Michigan. Anyway, so we'll let this sit for 10 minutes and I'll see you in 10. Okay, back again. 10 minutes later, let's take a look at the yeast. And wonderful. You take a look at that, how it's all rising. Alright, so now let's start out with 1 cup of flour. It's going to get a little messy, but that's alright. It's fun with flour. I'm going to take 1 cup, put that in. I'm going to take the salt, put that in. I don't put the salt in early because I'm afraid it might hurt the yeast. Then I'm going to take the oil, put that in. Take a big spoon, start mixing this together. Now if you have a wooden spoon, works great. Let's mix these. I also have a stick of butter here. That I'm going to use later, after the bread is baked. I'll spread that over the top. Let's add a little more flour, get that mix a little better. So I'm going to mix all this together until I can't mix it anymore with a spoon. And then if you want, you can put it on a cutting board. My counter here is very clean. Just cleaned it. And when I'm done, I'm going to put it on the counter with a little more flour. I don't want to put too much flour in at once because then I won't be able to mix it together. Oops. Now I'm going to start kneading this together. don't want to add too much flour at once. Then it'll be too chewy. So right now, sticky fingers. Take some flour. Take all this flour. Put it down there. Hopefully you can still see this. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting a little better. It's off my fingers here. Clean it here in the sink. Very sticky. But sure, machine's a lot easier. But takes the fun out of it, right? Alright, here we go again. So, slowly just going to start kneading it. I can definitely tell it's still sticky, so I don't think there's too much flour. Basically, you're just folding it every direction, tucking it into itself. Rolling it. Well, they say you should do this approximately 8 minutes. Knead your dough. The reason you knead your dough is stretch the fibers of the gluten so they rise. Or else you'll have very flat bread. So you don't want to quit early on your kneading. I could definitely use a little bit more flour. Maybe a quarter cup of flour here. On the side. I hate it getting all sticky in my fingers. Alright. We're almost there. A little bit. So I hope everyone's doing well. So I was not timing it, but this is feeling good. Like perfect. I can touch without it sticking to me. It feels all solid. Alright, now what I should have done is taken my container and I'll use this for now. It's what I'm going to cook it in. And buttered it or oil it so now it can rise. Put some butter on the side and wipe it out with a napkin. It's just to keep it from sticking. And this container is very small. I think I'm going to use a bigger one to let it rise in. I'm going to butter this one here. Just let it sit. Now I should have had that prepared already. But I was going to butter the bottom of this one. It's much larger. But I'm going to cook it in that other one, or bake it in the other one. So there's that. Just take this. Take the bread, don't let it sit in there. I'm going to cover it. Don't let it sit for 45 minutes to an hour. Let it rise and then come back. See you then. Okay. I'm back again. Okay, it took about 50 minutes. Well, it didn't take. It was 50 minutes later. I could see it more than doubled in size. So now I'm going to let the air out and reshape it and put it in the bread pan I'm going to cook it in. So I'm really not going to do too much to it, because it's pretty much in the shape I want it. You know, I'm not going to cut this one or anything. You can make, you know, anything you want out of it. You can make several of them. But I'm going to put it in my loaf pan here. And nice shape. Actually, I'm going to slice the top of it just for a little decorative look. Just slightly. Just make sure it splits though. Alright, good enough. Alright, now I'm going to cover this and let it sit for about another 45 minutes. And then I'm going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees. Preheat the oven at 400 degrees. And let it cook for about 35 to 40 minutes. But I'll see you in 45 minutes. Okay, let's see what you have here. Ooh, look at that. That's beautiful. Absolutely perfect. Okay, I have the oven preheated at 400 degrees. And I'm going to cook it for about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. But I'm going to check on it at 30 just to double check and make sure. So, here we go. In the oven. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm finished. Just took it out of the oven a few minutes ago. Let it cool down. Took a knife, cut it free, and now it should be able to touch and take out right now. But it is still extremely hot. But it looks absolutely. It looks hot. It looks perfect. The house smells amazing right now. So, anyway, that looks perfect. Oh, wow, and it smells so good. Anyways, let's put a little butter on the top to help keep, oops, get right in there. Keep, top soft. Rub that on there real quick. Alright. Beautiful. So there we have it. You guys can see it good. It smells so good. Ooh, it is a little hot. Woo. Woo. Hot. Too hot to taste, but look how nice that is on the inside. Have a great night, friends. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.